Hello, Dr. L here. This is a video that's going to try to answer the question, what happened here in S&P? Look at this. This is S&P E-mini from late May through June and projecting into mid-August. We had good volatility here. In fact, with the Brexit, we had some extreme volatility and a fast rebound. Then all of a sudden here, the S&P stopped dead in its tracks. Well, when faced with this kind of a mystery, I look to what the planets are doing to the universal energy field that pervades the universe. The universe is a plasma. This is a plasma chart of prices. And all of a sudden, this plasma tube got turned flat. So what I do to try to understand what's going on is I use an ephemeris. An ephemeris is a little program that shows you where the planets are. And I study the harmonics in it. To begin with, I scale this, scale prices to the circle. So over here at 0 degrees, I've scheduled to 2160, which happens to be about the midpoint of this long flat. Very unusual flat. I haven't seen one like this for at least a decade. So what I do is I look at the events. First of all, here's the Brexit panic. Low down here about 1980. That 1980 is 180 degrees on the wheel of 360. And then we rebounded up here and we stalled out here 2160. Well, that's 0 degrees. So that's a 180 degree move. And now the market's deciding whether it goes higher or lower. But I look to see what caused this point right here to turn it flat. Well, what I found here was that on the 13th of July, Mars squared Jupiter here. And this is the natal Mars, which is near, it's about 182, 183 degrees, opposing natal moon. That's a key point, that RT horizontal line. But here's this nice square. In addition to the 4th harmonic being set, there was an 8th harmonic being set due to Venus coming in here, and the moon coming in here. So moon and Venus helped set up an 8th harmonic. So 4th and 8th harmonic seem to combine to counteract any further motion. So then as I look further on, this is the 21st, which is right in here. We started to get a little motion, but it came right back to it. Mercury came around to this, to Jupiter, so it was holding flat along this line. Mars starting to move off of the square, but moon again here on the 8th harmonic was still activating that point, or that axis there, bringing prices back to it. So that's on the 21st, right in here. Now this is actually for a couple days in the future. So what I'm looking to see is when is there going to be some energy that's not on this axis that might move things. Well, this happens to be this coming Sunday. Sunday events may show up in the Sunday night trading. But the reason I picked this one is the moon's lining up here with natal node. And that's a known influencer of sell-offs. and it's opposing Mars coming around here to Pluto. So there's this action along this axis here, which is offset from that square. So that might be the start of a perturbation that's going to move prices. By Tuesday, there's a bigger change yet. The moon continues on over here, and it squares Mercury, which is squaring Earth. So we get this big square of Mercury and Earth. So this is a stronger energy point that's on the 8th harmonic, which can move it. It's about 40-45 degrees off. So there's a possible perturbation there. So if we start down Monday, late Sunday through Monday through Tuesday, we might be seeing some kind of sell-off. This is just below, let's see, about 21.10 in there. So, but it could also go up, of course. There's about 21, just about 2200 over there. So one of those corners may be the price attractor. Looking further in August, on August 10th, we have Venus coming around here, conjoining Jupiter. Again, that's activating the square we saw that set up the flat. But coming in here now, you see that Moon is on the 8th harmonic, which can cause frequency doubling. Frequency doubling leads to chaos. But what I'm looking in here, Mars is now tightly lining up with Pluto, and that's opposing the natal node. So this could be a quite interesting day. Now just 2 days later, on the 12th, which is a Friday, we now have another pattern shown here in the blue square. Mercury, Moon, and Saturn line up. And lining up there, that suggests some kind of rally action. So there's a strong T-square on the 12th. The following Monday, on the 15th, we have an almost opposite pattern. As the Moon moves under here, it lines up then with the Mars and Pluto, opposing the natal node. Uranus, that's a to me that looks like a down influence. With Uranus here and the Moon here, Venus coming around, almost lining up with that. We also have a possibility of some good earthquakes on the 15th. Now on the 20th, happens to be a Saturday, but here we have a Mercury comes under the bottom here, squaring Jupiter. Well, the Moon's opposing Jupiter. That kind of activates this square here, 2160 active, 2070, and 2160 plus 90 would be 2270 up here. So the 20th is kind of a stilling out flat point with Mercury it's a Saturday. Not much happens on the weekend in trading. A week later, on Sunday, the 28th, we have the moon coming around to natal node. Now again, this may not show up until Sunday late trading, but the moon's coming around here heading natal node and opposing Pluto, Mercury, and Mars, squaring Uranus. That looks like a pretty strong pattern to me, and it does look a little bearish. So 28th Sunday might start some action that would probably follow through into Monday. Now here's the next Monday, the 29th. The moon's moved over some, of course, but Venus has now come in here to make this Venus, Mercury, Mars square. It's moved off some off of Uranus, but this is natal Sun. So the 29th looks like another volatile day. So what I'm seeing here is that this flat is probably going to end early August. We should get a lot more volatility in August than we did in July. Now, this is a quick example of how I use the ephemeris. If you want to learn about energy fields and ephemeris and how to use, how to understand the energy fields, just come and take my Essentials of Personal Market Astrophysics class. There you'll get a copy of this ephemeris program, and I'll teach you the basics of using it, so you can yourself make an analysis like I just ran through. I picked out some key dates, and those are dates to watch for August. Dr. L, thank you.